Hey there, Stampin' friends. Welcome to Movie Monday with Jody Breckbill's Stampin' Queen. Here is today's card. I don't know if you can tell, but this dancing girl has some winker all over her dress, so it's nice and sparkly. And we're, of course, using my favorite stamp set, Beautiful You from the Occasions catalog. Did you get it yet? If you haven't, what are you waiting for? All right, let me show you how to do this card. This was from my stamp club, and I found this card on Pinterest. Love the color combination together, so I want to show you real quick how I did this one. Basically, I just stamped the girl on a piece of Whisper White, and I die cut that out with our layering squares. So I have her, and then I also die cut a piece that would have the scallop around it, and so she'll be able to mat right on top of that. But mainly what I want to show you is our watercolor pencils. These are amazing. You guys are going to love these. We had watercolor pencils many years ago, if you guys have been with me for a long time, and we got rid of them. I think that maybe the manufacturer stopped making them, but they are back and they are better than ever. They are definitely in our exclusive colors, so they will coordinate. They have the number on them, so if you know that you've got however many pencils, I think there's 10, you will know immediately which one you're missing if you can't find all 10 of them. They also have the color on them written, and then they have the color on the end. So yay, thank you so much, Stampin' Up. We are so glad to have these back. So the wonderful thing about watercolor pencils is they make you feel like an artist even if you don't have an artsy craftsy bone in your body. So it's very simple. As long as you can color, you can use watercolor pencils. The nice thing is you don't have to color like you think you should, where you have to color every area of the image. You just scribble and get some color on there. So you just add a little color to her. It doesn't take long. So seriously, you're just scribbling. Wherever you put pencil darker is where you'll have your most intense color, and then you'll use your blender pens to create the shading. So that is how you use watercolor pencils. Seriously, you guys, scribble, act like you're in kindergarten. You're good to go. So now you're going to take your magic blender pen. Now, two things I want to tell you. You can use a blender pen or you can use an aqua painter. Either one is fine. You might get a little bit of a different look. Many people are asking what you need to stamp on to use watercolor pencils. It doesn't matter. This is stamped on our ultra smooth white. You can also stamp on watercolor paper. You can stamp on anything and use the watercolor pencils. You just may have a different look when you're finished. So I chose Whisper White, and I choose our black archival because it's a waterproof ink. I don't want to see any smearing. The only thing I can tell you is when you do stamp using the basic black archival on our ultra smooth cardstock, you want to have a little bit of drying time because it takes a while for that ink to set. And I did right away. I stamped and I started watercoloring, and I could tell that my black was kind of not quite dry. So definitely give it a couple seconds to dry. You can even heat emboss it if you want with embossing powder, or you can just heat set it with your heat tool, just if you need to do it a little bit faster. I'm not talking about 10 or 15 minutes. I'm just saying give it a little bit of time to set into that cardstock. So here we go. The magic of watercolor pencils. And so the solution that is in your blender pen is just going to make it look like you watercolored her dress. And it's going to get rid of all those scribbly lines that you just did. You can always go back in and add more color if you choose. That's totally up to you. Again, with a blender pen, you're just going to kind of scribble on your scrap paper, and that will get rid of it. And that's all there is to it. Amazing. So watercolor pencils, get yourself some. All right, so now we're going to take that white piece and I'm going to attach it to the piece that I already die cut out. I used my Big Shot, and like I said, layering squares. It's just a little tiny bit of a layer there. You're not going to see much, just those little scallops kind of peeking out behind. I took a piece of Whisper White and I went ahead and stamped Happy Birthday Gorgeous on there in rich razzleberry ink. And we're going to use a piece of designer paper from our Neutrals paper stack and attach that to the bottom. You could watercolor more on her if you choose to. You could, you know, watercolor the ground. You can make her dress 2 different colors. You can do all kinds of fun stuff with that. So designer paper there. This is a little longer, so I'm just going to trim down my edge here. And then I'm going to attach a piece of satin silver ribbon, which is just beautiful, just across the top here. And then I want to put a little bit of mono adhesive, a little bit of snail on the ribbon itself so it doesn't come off. Uh-oh. Oh no. I think I'm okay. I think I'm all right. We're going to make it work. Piece of rich razzleberry is my cardstock base. And I'm going to attach this onto the front of it. Make sure it's good and stuck since I was a little bit short on adhesive. Now I'm going to take my little girl, and this particular stamp set is kind of known as the ladies now. This is what we talk about in my stamp room, the set with the ladies. And I think that's fun that we have a name. I don't have official names for them. Maybe we should name them. But if anyone says that they want the stamp set with the ladies, this is the one they're talking about. So this is Dancing Lady, and we're just going to pop dot her on so that just has a little dimension that she's kind of popping off the card while she dances. And another piece of silver satin. Slide that right under here, and we're going to tie a knot. Knots are always better than bows. And this is very, very slippery, so I like to tie a nice tight knot to make sure it sticks. And then I'm just going to trim, I think so, with dull scissors. I'm going to trim that extra off. I think I am anyway. These scissors are not dull as much as they've got gunk on them. And then the final step is to take the Winker pen and just put a little bit of shimmer and sheen on her. Because if she's dancing, she seems happy and it's her birthday. So you should always have sparkle when it's your birthday, I think. And it's going to be hard for you guys to tell, I think, on this video that she's got sparkle on her, but trust me when I say she does. So there you go. There's a very quick, very simple card using Beautiful You, which I love and should be in everyone's arsenal because it just does awesome cards. Thanks so much for joining me, folks, and you have a great week. I'll see you next week for Movie Monday.